What if your chronic symptoms are not signs of something wrong with your body, but rather a sign that your brain and nervous system are stuck in a state of dysregulation? If you've been wondering why you live with chronic pain, why you feel tired but wired all the time, or why your digestion, hormones, and other bodily functions seem all over the place, this video will help make sense of it. I'm breaking down the four main types of nervous system dysregulation that I routinely see in my clients. Watch till the end because the last one I'm going to talk about is the one you probably didn't even know you had. So let's get started. Our nervous system is divided into two branches, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system is made up of the nerves that branch outside of the brain and spinal cord. For example, the vagus nerve that starts in the brainstem and goes into organs like the heart, lungs, liver, and stomach. Let's start with the central nervous system changes first, and this brings me to central sensitization. This is when the brain and spinal cord become hypersensitive to signals from within the body and the environment. It's like the volume knob has been turned all the way up. The input going to the brain might be very small, but to your brain, it seems exaggerated and loud. This is exactly what happens when you experience allodynia, one of the symptoms of this dysregulation. Things that normally don't cause pain start to cause pain. For instance, light touch or a gentle breeze. That's because while the input of light touch is very normal, the brain and spinal cord are now misreading it as something extreme and dangerous. Similarly, in the case of hyperalgesia, which is another symptom of this dysregulation, the brain and spinal cord respond to minimal amounts of pain from something like a needle prick or gentle massage as if they are intensely painful. The third symptom is spontaneous pain. This is when pain exists even without any stimulation. Think of fibromyalgia pain, for instance. You don't have to do anything for the pain to start, it's just there constantly. If you are living with chronic pain, it's very likely that you have central sensitization. Even if your pain started after an injury or surgery, if the initial healing period is gone and you're still living in pain, it's probably due to sensitized pain pathways in the brain and spinal cord. Number two, limbic system dysfunction. The limbic system is a network of brain structures that regulate emotions, learning, memory, motivation, and homeostasis, or the internal balance of things like body temperature and hunger. Stress has been shown to sensitize the limbic system. When this system becomes overactive, it can get stuck in survival mode. The result? You might feel like you can't relax even when you want to. Your mind races all the time. You might feel anxious, irritable, or stuck in obsessive thought loops. You might even feel tired and wired all at the same time. This overactivation is often driven by the amygdala, or the brain's threat detector. When the amygdala keeps firing, it doesn't just affect mood, it also increases pain sensitivity, anxiety, and insomnia. If you feel like your brain and body have been living in a constant state of alarm and stress, it's very likely that you have limbic system dysfunction. Now let's move on to the changes in the peripheral nervous system. And this brings me to a very important one, autonomic dysfunction. The autonomic nervous system controls the automatic functions of the body, things you don't consciously think of, like heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, and organ function. It's also a key part of our survival system, made up of the sympathetic and parasympathetic branches. Broadly speaking, during stress, the sympathetic nervous system takes over to help us survive. It increases stress hormones, heart rate, and blood pressure and reduces non essential functions like digestion. When the stress is gone, the parasympathetic nervous system helps the body to heal and repair from the wear and tear of the stress response. Autonomic dysfunction happens when the sympathetic branch stays activated chronically and the body doesn't get to spend enough time in the parasympathetic state. This imbalance can impact many automatic functions of the body, and it is also known to suppress the immune function. If your organs and glands aren't functioning the way they should, or if you have symptoms and conditions that are associated with chronic stress, you very likely have autonomic dysfunction. Common diagnoses include POTS, dysautonomia, and PPPD. Number 4, enteric nervous system dysfunction. Most people have never heard of the enteric nervous system, and yet it plays a crucial role in health and disease. The enteric nervous system is an extensive network of neurons that lines the gastrointestinal tract or the GI tract. It communicates directly with the brain through the gut brain axis. It's like a two-way communication highway that connects gut health with the emotional and cognitive centers of the brain. This is why anxiety can affect appetite and also why poor gut health is linked to brain fog. But wait, there's more. Most of the serotonin that regulates our mood is actually produced in the gut, not in the brain. The enteric nervous system controls the muscles of the gut, movement of food through the digestive tract, digestion, and nutrient absorption. All the aspects that get dysregulated in diseases like gastroparesis. The enteric nervous system also plays a vital role in immune function. Your gut is home to the microbiome, trillions of bacteria that live in the gut and play a key role in immune balance and overall health. When stress disrupts this system, it can lead to many different symptoms like bloating, nausea, constipation, diarrhea, food sensitivities, brain fog, anxiety, mood changes, immune or inflammatory issues. So, while your gut symptoms might seem separate from your nervous system, they are in reality deeply interconnected. Whether your main symptoms are pain, fatigue, anxiety, gut issues, or dizziness, they all trace back to the same thing, a nervous system that is dysregulated. But the good news is, this is not permanent. The brain and nervous system can be brought out of this dysregulated state and into a state of healing and regulation. And when that happens, your body can heal and function optimally. Symptoms start to fade and remission becomes possible.